Welcome to Rock and Reddit. Let's get started. What kind of teenage bullshit probably happened at Hogwarts that wasn't mentioned in the Harry Potter books? Sex under polyjuice potion. That'll fuck someone up for a while. What happens if you take a polyjuice potion to turn into a girl, but the guy lasts longer than an hour, and you turn back into a boy? These are the real facts J.K. Rowling should be addressing. Breakups via howler in the dining hall. Using a howler to anonymously yell penis. In the dining hall. The penis game. A classic. Madame Pomfrey is probably really sick and tired of students coming in claiming to be victims of the Tinus Venus curse. But ma'am, my dick was much bigger than this. You just got to cast bigger stickers on it. For the last time, there is no such curse as Tinus Venus, and bigger stickers just makes you into an asshole. Given that children as young as 11 are given wands and potion ingredients, there have to be just so many weird genital injuries that Madame Pomfrey has to deal with. How'd your wand get in there? I fell on it. Ad infinitum every year. He made it Slytherin. Couples making an unbreakable vow to stay together and then either being miserable their entire lives or dying 6 months later. I bet there was some cautionary tales. Your grandfather made one of those vows with your grandmother, and you know how that ended up. A lot of skirts, a lot of wands, and the first thing they teach you is Leviosa. What could go wrong? I mean, at least a few wizard couples probably used a cloning spell to have a threesome without the need of a random third person. Or a weeb wizard trying to create a real life cat Gerald out of their cat. You mean like feeding polyjuice potion with the hair of your crush to your familiar? That is both gross and genius at the same time. It's a school with 100 empty classrooms and abandoned spaces with hundreds of horny teens running around. I want to know more about wizard birth control. They've gotta have better shit than we do. Fetus deletus. What exactly was Aberforth doing with those goats? Inappropriate charms can mean quite a few things. It was during the 90s. Probably a wizard tried to create a Pokemon. It was probably Hagrid, to be honest. Wizarding weed. Hagrid has a funny smelling patch of plants in the Forbidden Forest. No one, J.K. Rowling. Hagrid grows weed, smoke blunts, and fucks centaurs. The reason the Forbidden Forest is forbidden is Dumbledore is running an illegal grow opus. The wizarding school is just a way for him to launder the money. Neville was everyone's drug dealer. He just used too much of his own supply all the damn time. So many teenage boys being hit with the Aguamenti spell because they are refusing to take a shower. I can kinda see why if you have some perverted ghost living in the showers and bathrooms creeping. See, this is the kind of stuff I want Rowling to clarify. Homosexuality. It was a boarding school after all. Oh god, you've awoken the fanfic writers. Draco Malfoy brings a gun to school. BAMN. Down goes Harry. The end. This is why Hogwarts was in the UK. Oof. Pumped up kicks intensifies. My favorite Harry Potter theory is that all Hufflepuffs are literal stoners. Let's gather the evidence. Hufflepuff. Badger as a symbol. What were they smoking when they came up with that? Harry told Cedric the first task was dragons. Cedric told Harry to backquote, take a bath with the egg and think hard. Cedric was a solid 8 at all times. Common room is right next door to the kitchens. Perfect for munches. Head of house is Professor Sprout, the head of herbology. So my answer is basically anything the Hufflepuffs get up to in their spare time. You cannot tell me that there weren't at least a few students that figured out they were furries during transfiguration class. I was once a horny teen, and I know what the room of requirement would be used for. No doubt some divination student tried to get a look at the test before it happened. Alchemy used for getting high, playing pranks, and varying degrees of experimentation as pointed out by like 90% of this comment section. No doubt someone would at some point try and let the wild animals out and run them through the school. I can only imagine the batshit crazy hazing parties magical sports teams would have, considering how insane muggle sports teams can be with that shit. Rich kids tend to have a lot of the cool new trend sort of stuff, so I can imagine kids like Draco, but turn to 11, for stuff like all sorts of magical swag from home, that they lord over all the other kids. Which I guess did happen, but would probably be more extreme, more kids getting lost. Hogwarts was designed by the wizard equivalent of the first engineer to try mixing coke and math, so whatever magical crack that architect was on must have been some good shit to come up with this magical nightmare of a castle. They could probably add "you are here" signs and they'd be wrong half the time. Students running late to class, sneaking out of class, sneaking out at night for various other things on this list. Someone's getting lost, someone's going missing, someone's gonna find a room that no one knew existed, including the architect. Considering how many creative ways that us muggles come up with as ways to cheat on our homework or test, I wouldn't be surprised if wizards come up with some ridiculous ways too. Like an enchanted quill that wrote the answers for you, or a frog that would ribbit each answer to you, and you took a potion that lets you understand frogs for a couple hours. Maybe I go to class early and levitate a mirror above the smart kid's desk. These are just off the top of my head. Also, lots of bullying would probably be happening. What's stopping a bully from turning a nerd into a book and then shoving him in a bookshelf? No one would ever find him. Or a bully that cast a spell that every time you talk to a girl you shit your pants? Again, top of my head. Love potions nonchalantly used as either retaliation or to simulate reciprocated feelings. They basically constitute as rescinding consent when imbibed and have disconcerting implications that facilitate rape. It's not implausible to believe Voldemort's mother raped his muggle father who was under the influence of her love potion. He's incapacitated and unable to consent. Yet they are distributed by joke shops as a frivolity, even brewed by the potion's master to exhibit his proficiency. The effect may only last a few minutes, but that is sufficient time to take advantage of someone with an induced compliance. Look at Ron's reaction. Had Romilda Vane demanded to have sex with him, he'd have complied immediately. Love potions in the hands of teenagers? You know what would happen. Calling it now. My home Gerald J.K. Rowling will probably copy this entire thread and retcon it into the universe. That was all. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. Have a fantastic day.